Farm4Profit podcast. Take a listen, have a blast. Farm4Profit podcast. Learn about farming while having a laugh. Farm4Profit podcast.
Does this work for you? Sure.
Woo-wee.
Just another one I gotta wait for the beat to drop.
Looks like it's getting close.
Do you feel like I'm getting a little bit of a southern accent down here? I feel like I'm catching myself doing that. Today on the Farm4Fun show from the Kentucky National Farm Machinery Show with Suka Manufacturing, we meet up with another social media influencer and farmer. This guy has a massive line of equipment and a great set of content on all his socials where he has 25,000 followers on TikTok, 3,000 on YouTube, 2,300 on Instagram. Please welcome from Southern Ohio, Mr. Kendall Johnson, a.k.a. Farmer Johnson 620.
Hi.
That was quite the intro.
What is up, buddy?
Quite the intro there.
Well, we don't want you to come in flat.
Yeah.
You just gotta get hyped up for these things, right?
Yeah,
Especially when
yeah.
it's the last podcast of the day.
I guess so, yeah. Save the best for last.
So,
That's right.
so who's Kendall? What do you do?
I farm with my family. It's a family operation in Southwest Ohio. I'm married, got married young. I got 2 kids.
You look young. How old are you?
I'm 25.
25.
25.
Okay.
Ooh, I think he looks younger than that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I get that a lot. I got a younger cousin. Full beard and everything, and everyone always calls him my big cousin, but he's like 5 years younger than me. So baby faced.
At least they don't call him your dad.
Yeah.
That
That's good.
might have a little bit of concern there.
You got married young. How old were you when you got married?
I think.
She's standing right
she's
there.
She's staring at me. I think I was 22 or 23.
Yeah.
I think right in there.
She gave
22.
thumbs up. Uh-huh.
That sounds right.
And you've got kids?
I got kids. I got 2 kids. I got one that's going to be 2 this summer, and then I got one that's 7 months old, I think.
Wow.
Yep.
All right.
So are you done at 2?
No.
More?
Nope. We're going to have more.
How many?
Does
How many?
Does she agree?
5.
I think 5's a good number.
She wants
yeah.
a handful.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well,
Good bit.
you're getting
big family.
You have to start early if you
Yeah.
want 5, right?
Yeah, that's for sure.
That's right.
We kind of plan on, getting all the kids out of the way young, and then when you're older, they're all moved out. You got nothing to do.
You got all
Travel.
Then you have all the grandkids.
Yeah.
You get to be
So you farm full time?
Yep, farm full time. Graduated high school. Went straight into farming. Never had another side job or nothing. It's just always, yep.
And the farm you're on is, well, you're wearing a hat. Stall Farm.
Stall Farms. So it's a family operation. Charles Stall. That's main boss man. That's Papal. That's my Papal. So my dad married into the family.
Okay.
He married my mom, which is Charles's oldest daughter, and then he started working on the farm some when he was in high school, and now he's full time there, and yep.
And you call him your Papal? Your pop?
Papal, Charlie.
Oh.
Yep.
So your grandpa.
Grandpa, yeah. It's
For
my
those.
grandpa.
Yeah, I just never heard it called that. Have you heard it called that?
I've heard it called that. I don't know if I've ever met anyone that called them that.
Yeah.
But I knew it was what you were
Yeah,
talking
that's
about,
just
right?
that's just.
Is it a
what I
southern
call
thing?
Well, he's not.
I don't know if
Southern
it's
Ohio.
It's not quite south.
Are we south right now?
We're south of where I'm from, I guess.
Okay.
Yeah.
I just
There you
didn't
go.
know. Like, where is south?
Yeah, I had no idea either. I just know that we'd have listeners that were
I
thinking
think-
the same thing I did.
For me, south is just right on the other side of the river for me. So
Okay.
you
So you're
cross
almost
that
south.
river, which we're crossed now. We're in Kentucky, so
Yeah.
we're south.
Okay.
Nice.
What do you guys grow?
We grow corn and soybeans.
Yep. No livestock?
My dad and his kids, which I got 5 siblings. So we dabble in the cows. We showed cows through 4-H and stuff growing up, and but he sells freezer beef and stuff like that. But no cattle operation by any means.
Right. So your hat there has a whole bunch of grain bins on, which I assume they're all Sukup bins, right?
No. One of them is Sukup. I don't know what side it would be on, but the tall one is the Sukup.
There you go. Well, at least you got one right.
Yeah.
So is it the biggest or just the tallest?
That's the biggest we got right now. Yes.
You know, one of your
Sukup.
TikToks when I was going through preparing for this said, what was it? Big bins are awesome until you got to sweep 1,400 bushel or something like that.
Yeah. So a lot of people got like upset with that on how we clean out our bins, just because I mean on the really big grain bins, I mean you're talking 200,000 bushel. I mean, that's a big grain bin.
Yeah.
The way we clean it up is we let the sweep go all the way around, and after it gets around, then we'll send 3-4 guys over there, and we'll just scrape it into the center as the sweep continues around. Just because, I mean, if your truckers are over there loading and the sweep's running, if you want to clean up right behind the sweep, on the big grain bins, that's a 2-man job. So when you're looking at it from a boss perspective, it doesn't really make any sense to have 2 guys hanging out over
Do you
there all
know
the
that
time.
Sukup has a solution for that problem?
Yeah.
Paddle sweep?
Most people have a solution for most problems, but it's
I cannot wait. I'm getting some myself. It should be 0 entry. It should leave less than a kernel.
that's what we're looking for right there. That'd be the way to go.
They can hook you up.
Now, watching your TikToks, you have a lineup of equipment.
We
Your
do have
grandpa
a
has a
lineup.
lineup of equipment that would be and make people envious.
Yeah, you could say that. Showing it on TikTok's a lot different than being there in person. I mean, we got really nice equipment, and we're really blessed in that aspect. Some of the stuff, I mean, it gets shown, but people aren't seeing is we're still running the older stuff. I mean, we're still running. I mean, we got a planter, which, I mean, you talk to someone out west, it's wide open country. I mean, they might think it's nothing, but, I mean, we got a planter that's pushing 70,000 acres across it, and we had to totally pull it down to dang near nothing and reline bore it and stuff like that just to keep it running. So, I mean, we got the older stuff that we keep running, but.
And it's all red, right?
Yep, pretty much. I mean,
Kinsey
yeah,
carts.
all red. We got a couple Kinsey planters, couple Kinsey grain carts,
Red
but
and blue.
we're red.
And then if the
Red.
trucks were white, they'd be just the American flag.
Yeah. Yep.
That sounds
So is that something that your grandpa's always enjoyed, maintaining a quality line of equipment? Is it evolved?
I mean, he's always. I mean, back when my dad first started working there, I mean, he talks about. I mean, I post it on TikTok all the time. We got a big shop. It's an awesome shop. Really blessed to have it. It's got an indoor wash bay and stuff. But I mean, back in the day, I mean, it was the same deal. Trying to keep the equipment going. Running older stuff, trying to cut down on that equipment cost some.
Yep.
So you're running the older stuff, but I mean, back then they were laying out in the gravel, working on it and stuff like that.
Yeah, I've never had a heated shop
Yeah,
on my family farm. My in-laws have some heat in shops, but it does feel like we always end up working on the gravel on the stuff out in front of the door anyway.
yeah,
Yeah.
yep.
That's why I hooked on to Corey, because he's got a nice shop.
He's got the shop. You
my,
bring the stuff.
My grandpa had a vision of having a nice shop. He had the nicest shop around. In 1993, he built a Morton building. And now, which was huge at the time, we can't even pull the combine in.
Can he?
Right? You gotta pull the
So
grain tank down.
our older shop, we work in it some right now. It's got a paint booth in it, so if we're painting an old 806 or something, we'll pull it over there. But our old shop, it was like, it's just got add-on after add-on, and it was finally to the point where it's like, if we want to pull a piece of equipment in here and work on it, you can get one planter in there and have it half unfolded in like the V shape, and it would tie up your whole shop, so then productivity's not there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is that something you like to do a lot, is restore tractors and things?
It's not something I'm hugely in on it. One of my uncles really heads that up. He's really good at painting and stuff. He might be primering a tractor today. We got a tractor that was in a barn that blew over that needed painted up. And yeah, he's in on that. And I mean, if he wants some help or something, I'll help him. But I don't know what I'm doing.
I'm
in
not
that
patient
aspect.
enough.
Yeah,
for that fine detail.
So if that's not your favorite job, what is your favorite job on the farm?
My favorite job on the farm, I really like running running a planter. I really like doing that, and I really like running a combine. Those are my bread and butter.
Which
right there.
one is better? That is a debate.
Which one's
Is it,
better?
harvest or planting as the operator?
I mean, depends what you're doing. Like, so we run our combines in pairs. So cutting beans, we got 2 combines or 3 combines cutting beans, and then we'll have 2 off shelling, just so we're not all at the same location. Most of our fields aren't big enough that you would want that many big machines in one location. So we always joke around that we got the A team and the B team. So Papaw's on the A team. He's got the trucks and the good cart drivers, the ones that's been well trained, and then I got the cart guys that, I mean, nothing against them. Very, very good, Liberty, if you're listening. I mean, I might have my 14-year-old sister or cousin out there, which they do very, very good in the grain cart and stuff. So, I mean, if I'm on the cleanup aspect, some days planting might be better.
Sure.
But
Yeah.
it's all fun.
5 combines.
Yeah.
That's certified BTO.
I don't know about that.
You don't like that? You don't like that term? You don't get into BTO talk?
I mean, it's all in a matter of perspective. I mean,
We have
They
said
probably-
BTO is not an amount of acres or
It's-
equipment.
it's
It's
all
a
a
mentality. It's John at Staple Farms. That's BTO.
Right, John's. They probably just need that many combines. There's probably still not as many bushel per hour since of the ground in Ohio versus Iowa.
and it's all red
These
equipment.
These guys here, the Iowa guys.
I don't get what you think is so wrong with us Iowa guys.
It's just, I don't know if you heard that. I'd have to think of it. It's a TikTok sound, but it's. I first saw it on. I don't know. It was corn. It was like, I can grow under any circumstance.
Yeah.
And so,
the weed one.
Yeah, the
Yeah,
weed one.
yeah.
Yeah. And it's just kind of
concrete.
seemed like concrete. That's the one. And it's like I was just like over there. Oh, we don't have enough rain. Oh, we don't have this.
Yeah.
It's always something. There's always an excuse, you know.
Yeah.
And over here in Ohio, we're like, hey, we got this red clay. We're pushing out the bushels here with corn. We don't care.
Yep. Yeah, we're not going to have a crop. We're going to have to get crop insurance. Boom, 250 bushels.
Yeah, that's what I'm seeing from Iowa.
I get it.
That's good. But, is Ohio even considered the Midwest or not?
Ohio's Midwest.
Is it?
Ohio's Midwest.
Or is it just east? Isn't it
Ohio
east
might
of
just
the
be its own. It might just be its own. We're
Mid-east?
our own.
Is there a
He
Mid-Eastern
said he was
section?
almost south.
Almost south?
Kind of.
Oh, I'm not
southeast,
south. I'm
Midwest.
just south in Ohio.
Okay.
If that
Okay.
makes. I think we're Midwest. I mean,
guess
we got a Casey's gas station. We got like
Hey,
one of
That's
those.
got to be
so-
Midwest. That should be the rule. That's how we identify states that are Midwest, is if they've got a Casey's or not.
See, I didn't. So locally, right where I'm around, I didn't know we had a Casey's like kind of close,
Yeah.
but I ran across one the other day. So
Did you stop
how
and get a piece
close?
of pizza?
I didn't get a piece of pizza.
How close is it?
I'd say 20 minutes from my house, probably.
So back in Iowa, we judge the towns on how big they are by how many cases they have in it.
See, our towns are all loaded up with Dollar Generals.
Dollar G's, we got those too.
Yeah, like a mass quantity of Dollar
So
Generals
everywhere.
everywhere.
The local Huxley town that Tanner lives in, they got a Dollar General and
2 Casey's.
2 Casey's. And the Facebook Chatty Shack group is a bunch of like high school moms, and the chat about Dollar General is kind of like the people at Walmart. If you've ever seen that, it's a very good, very comical.
Yeah, so then Corey lives in a smaller town because it only has 1 Casey's.
Yeah.
Okay, so you judge how big the town is
Yeah,
off the
yeah.
size. Okay.
It's probably like what,
That
like
makes sense.
2,500 people per Casey's?
That's probably about right, yeah.
Okay, see, I always judge a town on how big it is by like how many mailbox I hit with my combine when I'm going in. That's jokes. That's jokes.
true.
I don't actually hit mailboxes.
Yeah, see, they had to take those out of our town because all the BTOs just ran them all over, so they just
Right.
went to P.O. boxes.
Nobody takes their head off anymore.
Do you go back and fix the because, I mean, inevitably, farming, like everyone's taking out their own mailbox, right?
So,
What's the standard policy on
I
that?
mean, yes, I've had to go back and fix a mailbox. There's been a lot that I haven't had to go back and fix. One time I was like, was pretty young. I was moving implement down the road, and where we're located, super highly populated area. I mean, for you Midwest guys, you'd be amazed.
Yeah.
But I was coming up, and it was one of them driveways where there's like a bunch of houses back it. Yeah. So there's like 7 mailboxes right by the road, you know. So the house up front, the guy's standing out on his porch. Well, I'm coming up to the mailboxes, and there's a power line real low. Yeah. And the only way that I can miss the power line is if I hit the mailboxes. So I went ahead and hit the mailboxes, and I kind of waved at the guy because he was standing out on his porch boy. Hey, like, I know I hit your mailboxes. We'll get something done here.
Right.
Well, I pull into the field, which he pulled out behind me and followed me. And he pulled into the same field as me, and I hop out. And I was just getting up to him, and he said, hey, you know where that green sprayer went that hit my mailboxes? And I was confused because, like me and him made eye contact. It was like I hit the mailboxes. And I was like, no, that was me. He's like, no, I saw it. We got in an argument, so I didn't have to fix this.
Really?
Yeah, he was like arguing with me that I didn't do it. So I was like,
adamant.
You know what? You are right. I didn't do it.
He wasn't going to be wrong.
Wow. That's interesting.
You're like, it was that green sprayer.
Yeah. Go find that green sprayer.
Down the road.
So how many, you got 5 combines, the crew, the structure to take away from that. How many people do you got on that farm?
I wouldn't right off, I wouldn't be able to give you a number. For the most part, we're pretty much all family operated. My grandpa, papaw, whatever you want to call him, yeah. He's running the combine, and then I got a cousin running the combine, me, and I mean, it's pretty much all family run deal. I mean, we like to, as much as we can, whether it's fixing equipment or anything, we like to do it ourselves. We don't really love to have to rely on the dealership. I mean, if we need them, that's great, but we like to take care of that stuff. So it's all pretty much family done deal.
So do you get how's the dynamic work? How do you get paid? Are you a salary employee of the farm? Do you get some acres yourself?
So pay for me is, I mean, if you're all working up, regardless of how you're getting paid, to, I mean, eventually not having to be paid at all, and you're totally making your own, which that is not the case for me right now. Not totally making it on my own. Very blessed of the family I got, and I'm very lucky that I was able to come out of high school. But right now, I still get paid by the hour.
Yeah.
Hour deal.
It's an interesting question because we get that asked a lot on the podcast. Is how do you transition family farms? How do you come back to the family farm? How do you even establish that? So it's an interesting consideration.
So, I mean, always the struggle with, I mean, a family farm, I mean, is do you have the work that you can have these, I mean, your whatever it is, a nephew or your own kids, the question is, do I have enough work that they can come work for me and make me money in the long run? That's always the question.
Right.
Or is this just going to be a hole in my pocket that
can they support?
Yeah.
Can you support another family feeding, that's living off the farm?
Yeah.
So and there's so many ways to skin that cat.
Yeah,
right.
It's I don't think that's something that it's just like this is the right answer right here.
Yeah.
I think it kind of looks different for everyone.
I mean, the concept. So you just went right from high school right to the farm.
Yeah. So
was that the plan from the beginning?
Pretty much. I mean, farming's all I ever wanted to be a part of. So, my mom homeschooled me up until the 8th grade, and I started going to school in the 8th grade because I needed to participate in wrestling. I was big into that.
Okay.
But my mom homeschooled me, so it was a nice program. You could wake up at 5 o'clock in the morning, get all your homework done really fast, and then maybe be lucky enough to sneak in there and go to the shop with Dad. So that was pretty much always the goal. I remember at my graduation when they're telling what everyone's going to pursue, mine just said Kendall's going to continue the family business, feeding America. And, I mean, that's only goal.
That's good. So did you meet your wife in high school then, or how'd you guys meet? Don't
Tinder.
hesitate.
Tinder. Was it Tinder?
No. So her family also farms. So I kind of knew her grandpa and her dad, like knew them, but like not know them. You know who they are, but I mean,
How far was she from?
I mean, she was. I mean, probably 10 minutes up the road.
Okay.
Not very
You guys
far.
didn't go to school together?
Didn't go to
Why
school
not?
together, but yeah, I slid in her DMs on Instagram.
No kidding.
Yep.
Wow.
I thought you were gonna say it was a plat book.
No. Nope.
So her family farms also then?
Yes.
And it's
Yes.
just a couple miles away.
Yeah, not very far.
Yeah. So is there any opportunity on that side of thing? Maybe you're not with Stall Farms forever.
I like where I'm at with my family operation. Just, I mean, my entire family are whether it's my uncles or my dad or my grandpa. I mean, it kind of seems like we all got one goal. We all want to farm big. That's our goal. And I mean, it's a family farm. You're going to fight with each other. Sure. So in the end, it's kind of like you work past your differences because we know we can farm a heck of a lot bigger with each other than with someone else.
Yeah, how do you get past? How do you end fights? How do you get over it?
How do you end fights? I think the main thing with ending fights or ending arguments is really coming back to realizing that hey, we couldn't do like this operation we got. None of us could do this by ourselves. Like I need you because what you're like I was talking about, like I had got no skills painting a tractor, but my uncle's got skills painting a tractor, and we all got skills the other one don't. And I mean, we all see that big picture. You can farm bigger with each other.
Right. That's good. That's a good approach.
What's the why? I mean, and there's not a bad answer here, but why do you want to farm big? Is it because it's more efficient? You get better equipment? Just because? You love farming that much?
I don't know.
You just want to do it more?
I've never really thought about that.
Yeah.
Why do you want to farm big? I
mean, farming big has a lot of advantages, right? Like you get purchasing power.
Yeah, you got a lot of advantages, and then I feel like in the same deal, you got a lot of disadvantages.
Yeah.
I mean, you got a lot of people going, hey, you guys already farm big. You're good. You don't care about that.
Yeah.
You don't care about this. You guys farm big.
Yeah.
But it's still, I mean, there's proof that you can be large at scale and still care.
Yeah. There definitely is. I mean, for us, it's all in perspective. I mean, I feel like we're big, and then I'll run across TikTok someone that's massive, and I'm, geez, you know.
Yeah.
So I feel like it's kind of all in perspective. But I mean, for us, yeah, I see us as kind of big farmers, and I think we care. There's a lot of stuff that we farm that not everyone around us would want to farm. That we farm a lot of them, small tomato patches or hog patches, as you want to call it, where you pull a 60-foot planter in and do a pass and you're done.
A couple of circles, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely. No, that's a lot of fun. I think this is a good time for us to do a little question break.
Yeah.
See if we can jump in this. I'm going to try and stump you. See if you know
Stump
the
me.
answer,
Aha,
or
here
can
we
figure
go.
the answer out to some of these things here. So who taught the first teacher?
Who taught the first teacher? Can we circle back? I'm going to have to think on these. Are they all this hard?
Oh, yeah. Okay, why is February only have 28 days when some of these other months have 31? Couldn't we have just...
Because February's that month that I feel like no one likes unless your birthday's in February.
Yeah.
It's just like let's go ahead and skip over February.
Yeah. It
Hey,
could
it's
be.
my birthday's in February.
So you care about February. You're one of those people.
I am.
Yeah.
I like February.
So did you figure out who taught the first teacher yet?
Uh,
No? How
Who
about...
taught the first
I got
teacher.
one. Why does your nose run, but your feet smell?
your nose run, but your feet smell.
Who comes up with this? You?
They just show up on the paper. The magic.
Your personal assistant?
Do his feet smell?
Yes, mine are bad. Really bad. Like bad. Like there's times where she wants me to take my boots off outside.
Oh, wow.
Really?
my feet sweat. Like,
Sounds like you need a boot that has a little bit more breathing capability.
see, I always got the same boots. I love the Red Wing. I don't know what it. These
you
aren't
got
my
on it?
work boots. These aren't.
Are those Twisted X's?
Yeah, these are Twisted
Dude, we got the
X's. They're
same
pretty-
shoe. We got
Oh, look at that.
Oh, you guys are cute.
But for my work boots, I always loved the same boots. They were Red Wings. I'd always go to the store and I had the number, I'd just tell the guy the number and they'd get them, whatever. Well, the last time I threw a chain on my chainsaw and it kicked down and cut a hole in my boot. So I told my wife, I was like, hey, I need a new set of boots. Run up to the Red Wing store. This is the number I get, this size. And she's like, okay. Well, she calls me back and she's like, hey, they didn't have that same boot, or they don't have that exact number, but they have the same boot uninsulated. And I was like, I didn't think I got insulated boots. So that was a lot of it. Which that was like just this winter. So like hopefully this summer my feet don't smell.
Gonna get a little better, yeah.
Yeah.
Have you seen all the Brunt ads going around?
I see a lot of Brunt ads, and like there's several guys at the shop where they're always like changing up their footwear, you know, and sometimes it works out for them and sometimes it doesn't. And I mean, for me, it's just like, this is what I like.
Yeah.
So let's
I
just
just
keep
want
it
to know
same.
how much money they're dumping into advertising, because it is all over the
Everywhere.
place.
Yeah.
But
Okay.
they must be making it, right?
Yeah,
Selling
they
boots.
got to be making it, selling boots.
Do you get very many haters on your stuff?
Yeah, I do. I mean,
Do you like that?
I do like it. There for a while, I haven't really got any good hate comments in a while. But there for a while, I was getting a lot of them, and I mean, my family jokes, and I mean, we're hard on each other. You gotta be. I mean, you gotta have a good time while you're farming together. But we joke a lot, so TikTok, I don't really take nothing personal. I mean,
Yeah.
who cares what user 4573, So
We,
I think I bring it on myself a lot, just some of the stuff I post.
Well, one of these things that stumps the stump is if you hate the haters, then doesn't that make you a hater for hating haters? Therefore, would you hate yourself?
I think
But you don't hate haters. So
if
it
you're
really
taking
doesn't-
that amount of time to hate the haters, in the long run, you do kind of hate yourself. You might not see it as that, but in the long run, you might hate yourself because you're wasting all this time worrying about what someone you're never going to meet says.
We got an email the other day that we sent out a newsletter every couple of weeks, let people know what the shows that happen. That way, if they don't keep up with it, they can kind of get an idea of it. And one of them was labeled The Business of Fatherhood.
Yeah.
Great episode. Ben was a fantastic guest.
Very good.
That's the name of his business.
Yeah.
So we're giving him some credit. He created some awesome content with us. So it's called The Business of Fatherhood. The email went out at 8:05. At 8:08, we got an email back saying, please don't ever do this again. Women are in agriculture, and they should be as part of parenthood, and mothers matter, and all
We're
of
being
this stuff.
oppressed and blah, blah, blah. Yeah, I mean, like,
3 minutes. 3 minutes, the response came back. And in the episode, we did an excellent job of talking about dads,
They read the
uncles,
title.
aunts, moms, everything all together. They saw the top line of the paragraph of the newsletter and typed a response back as fast as they could. Responded back to him saying, why don't you go listen to the show? Clearly, you didn't listen to the show. Why don't you go listen to it? Here's a direct link to it. We never heard anything back.
It seems like nowadays, everyone's wanting to. They see themselves as the victim.
Yeah.
I mean, everyone's looking for that victim mentality.
really, yeah. That's annoying.
Yeah.
Some of the stuff that you put out also is definitely drone footage. Is that you flying that, or do you have other family members that fly?
Yeah, I got a little drone.
What do you got?
It's DJI Maverick 2, I think.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Mavic 2. That's the one I've got. I got it in the truck. I
Yeah.
thought about one of these mornings.
Mine's in my truck too.
I
Out in
have
the
a-
parking lot.
Yeah, I figured one of these mornings we just come in early and fly it around, maybe see if we get in trouble.
I want to fly one of those first-person viewer.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I'm
those are
watching
cool.
some people fly those. Do like
You could
Yeah.
you can fly that in the
Cutting
Big
in-
Bend.
that. Have people all tore up about that.
Yeah.
You've seen that TikTok of that guy that flies into the bin while,
While
the
they're
grain,
unloading.
while the grain
Yeah,
spreader's going.
the spreader's going. The drone ends up crashing in the grain.
we interviewed. That was Ubri, wasn't it?
No, I don't think that was Ubri. I think he said that it was someone else. And
Okay.
It was pretty cool.
Either way, some of his stuff is just
Yeah.
fascinating to
Yeah.
watch. Oh, that's pretty good. So as you put stuff out on social media, YouTube, TikTok.
Yep.
Has it changed you? Has it changed your life?
So, I don't think it's really, changed my life. Everything's going to change your life to some degree. Like, I might get home from midnight cutting beans and sit up for another hour trying to edit a YouTube video or something like that. So, to some degree, it's going to change your life, but I guess the part that I don't want it to change anything about is how I interact with people and just my relationships that I've already built. Because you can't get along with the relationships you already built. What is the point of having relationships with people you're never going to meet?
More.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I totally get that. Would you do your social media any differently if you could start over?
If I could start over, I don't think so. My whole approach with everything is like, is not as I don't know how to put this. Like I want to keep all my editing to a minimum. Just like as little work. Like I don't want to say it's work. It's not work, but as little as I can put into it as possible and get the biggest result, I guess, is what I'm,
So you'd like to put it out raw if you could.
Yeah, a little bit more raw, a little bit, my YouTube stuff, I just spend as little time editing this as I possibly can and throw it out there. And if people love it, people love it. If they don't love it, they whatever,
I think I would have tried doing more earlier on, because we now know how hard it is to grow and expand now.
That's a big thing. I've noticed like my wife, we were joking about it when we walked in here. She's like, "This is a big TikTokers convention."
Yeah.
I was like, "Yeah." So I think pushing a little bit more, putting that out there at the beginning that would.
When did you get on TikTok?
So. Not this fall, but the fall before is when I kind of really started posting on TikTok.
21.
I think fall, right before we got in the field, so middle of September area is when I was like I had posted a TikTok or two, but somewhere in there I was like, hey, I think I can actually make an account out of this. When I thought an account, I thought 1,000 followers, and I was like, I think I can make it.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
That was the tail end of when you could grow large. Like, put out a video that got 1 million views and you got 5,000 followers, from it or something.
Yeah, see.
Yeah. Now you can put out 1 million views and you might get 250 or.
Yeah, it seems like it comes just on TikTok in waves. Like I feel like from around 12,000 to 15, 16,000 followers, that came really, really fast. And now, after I hit 20,000 followers, going up to 24,000 was slow, but then bringing it to the next number is just stagnant.
Yeah. Too loud?
We're too loud. I can quiet it down. I'm really loud. I get yelled at a lot for yelling.
Is that better?
Yeah.
Is that better?
Now we're not.
Am I too loud?
Oh, man, what a way to kill the buzz on the last
Well,
show.
that just ruined the whole show.
Emma.
What about, back to TikTok, do you have any favorite accounts that you follow?
Favorite accounts that I follow? For many different totally different stuff. I really like stuff that Ryan Seaman, 5-star dairy.
Here.
I really like the stuff he puts. Yeah, I just talking to him a little bit ago. But I really like the stuff he puts out because, editing wise, he is really, really good at editing. I don't know. He's really good at editing. And then I'm gonna slaughter names here, but Zach Hazy.
Oh yeah.
How do you say his
Hase.
name? You guys have
Hase.
Hase.
Yeah.
Hase.
Yep.
I don't know. I like a lot of the stuff he puts on his content. A little bit more on the raw side,
Steve.
The crazy edits. It's not like he's rolling those out every other video, but The raw contents, I really like that. And then, I mean, Farmer Dan, he's really he's all over the
Are you
place.
just reading off of our guest list that we've had?
Yeah.
Well,
that means we're on the right pipe.
Yeah.
Chasing the right track. Absolutely. How you doing?
Great show. Love to listen to it.
Oh, hey, thank you. Yeah. Hey.
Every week.
Get that on the
Awesome.
mic. Get that on
Yeah.
the mic.
We should hear. Say that again.
Yeah.
Huh? Say that again. Every week. Both times out of the week. Great show. Always lots of information.
What's your name?
Scott Albright.
Scott Albright.
Nice.
Thank you.
Scott? Yep.
Hey, enjoy the show.
Yep, you too.
That's cool.
There you go. Hey, but no, it's fun for us to follow people too.
Yeah.
I mean, the only account I really don't like is the Ag with Emma. Just such. Uh-oh, she's gonna come shut the camera off.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah,
muted.
it's muted.
Yeah. Oh, fourth mic can't come in. And, yeah, she's standing
You
right
want
there.
this headset?
I can't even stand up for myself.
That's right.
They're going to edit that out.
Yeah. Yeah.
No, it's staying right in there. So as far as that goes, this has been a lot of fun. But what do we miss? What's part of your story that we haven't touched into yet?
Part of my story they haven't touched into yet.
I mean, it's only 25 years young.
25 years young, yeah. There's not a whole lot you missed there.
What's your favorite thing to do with your 2-year-old?
Favorite thing to do with my 2-year-old? I really like running equipment, and when my wife brings him out to ride with me because he loves it. One day this fall, she dropped him off for an hour or two, and he just rode by himself, and he had a blast. And then whether it's getting home, late, it doesn't seem like it's when you're spending time with your kids or wherever. It's not about how much time you spend. It's the quality of the time for me. Mm-hmm. That's what really makes him. So I mean, you get home late from planting or cutting beans, and you sit on the couch, and I show my boy. I let him watch as I'm editing a YouTube video or something. Just he loves that. I mean, yeah.
Yeah, that's what snuck up on me is my girls are 6 and 8.
Yeah.
And the fact that they can now understand what I'm actually doing on the podcast.
Oh yeah, that's
they
awesome.
can move the mouse and click the boxes and know where I'm at, and it caught me off guard. Like, oh yeah, of course you're using computers at school, and you should be able.
Yeah,
I'm just used to them touchscreen iPad stuff, but no, so it's kind of neat. Even though it makes it take longer, it's still a lot more enjoyable to have.
Yeah, it's still that quality time.
Yeah.
What about what's next for the farm? Are you wanting to change anything up on the farm or bring something to the farm that's not there now?
I mean, we're always looking to change. We're always looking to figure out what's the, best way to do something. Or
Are you guys full tillage?
we're not full till. I mean, I don't know what you guys consider tillage. So like disc grippers, like we're not running disc grippers.
Yep.
Our ground's really, really heavy clay, not very much topsoil, so we don't really run them. This fall we did try. We got a couple speed disc. We ran that on all of our corn stalks just because in the springtime, the biggest problem in front of the bean planters is getting them corn stalks worked down to run the bean planters through it.
Yeah.
So we did a bunch of fall tillage, I guess you'd call it, this fall. We'll see how that pays off.
That'd be interesting to see if you notice a big difference or not.
Yeah. Yep.
Did you like running the speed disc?
I only ran a speed disc for about 2 hours when it first showed up to the farm.
Yep.
My brother and my younger cousin, my brother and my younger cousin, they're still in school. So while they were in school, my aunt and my mom ran a speed disc a lot.
There you go.
A whole bunch. They loved it because they're like, you're cranking out, as fast as a quad track will pull them through the field.
Busting out acres.
Yeah.
No, that's really cool. Well, as we get ready to wrap this up, we prepped him. He got the question ahead of time.
I don't know if we got the question.
What does success look like to you?
I've thought a lot about this. I've listened to other podcasts you had just to kind of get an idea what other people
That's
said.
why I asked, so you go back and listen.
Yeah. So, success for me, I kind of see it as there's never going to be a point in time where I get to a spot and it's like, this is success right here. I guess for me, I kind of look at it like, you got the 12, 15-year-old boy, girl, whatever, that's maybe missing hanging out with their friends to be on the farm, go help here and there. They're waking up early. They're putting their time in. I see that as success. I see the young boy straight out of high school that's wanting to get into farming, wanting to be full time. That's thinking how can I make my dad or my grandpa or my uncles, how can I make them more money than I'm costing them, that's really trying to get into it. I see that as success. I see the the young man that's married, maybe not married, but living like he's broke just so he can, get that first farm under his belt. I see that as success. And then, you can just keep going down the line. You get older, and it's all of our goal someday to have a family farm that you can tell your kids, like, hey, you can join here straight out of high school if you want to.
Sounds like a lot of little wins.
Yeah, a lot of little wins,
but that are major. They're not little, but they are.
They all add up to the end goal of, continuing the family farm. I see that as. I don't know if you would label that as success, but like successful.
Right. I like that.
Because it's a lot of stuff.
That's good.
It's ever changing.
Yeah,
it's a lot of stuff at once.
It's never the same goal. It's always it's everything leading up to being. Having grandkids and nieces and nephews someday that you're like, hey, you can work here full time.
Right.
Because you can take on this you can do this part.
Yeah.
Everything's
Absolutely.
leading up to that point.
Yeah.
Very cool.
Well, if our listeners want to follow you, catch up, watch your story, what's the best way for them to track you down?
Pretty sure I'm Farmer Johnson 620 on pretty much everything I want to be found on.
Okay. Good.
Yeah.
Awesome. Thank you for hanging out.
It's been a blast.
Swinging by. Second
Palms
day.
aren't as sweaty as when we started.
Oh, good.
Knees weak.
No. We're good shape.
I
Love
like
it on
that.
sweater already.
Yeah, I
Mom's
got
spaghetti.
I got it. No, this has been a lot of fun. Thank you again, Kendall. We appreciate it. And Corey?
Thank you guys.
Crack a bush light, and I am going to because it is the last one of the day, and we are done for the day. So crack a bush light. You deserve it.